Zoids? What the hell are Zoids? Beginning their existence way back in 1982 as a series of plastic toy models, the franchise later picked up much more heavily with the introduction of its anime counterpart, debuting in 1999 in Japan and 2002 in the US. Truthfully, I have never seen any of it, and I never really cared to. It used to be known as a shittier version of Gundam back when it was on Toonami, and while I refuse to believe anyone's opinion on the internet as to what anime shows are good or not, I wouldn't be surprised if it were true. Oh well, it doesn't even matter. The Zoids franchise is pretty much dead and forgotten anyway. What we do have here is a relic from 2006 that just finally made its way overseas thanks to Japanese video game translating superstars Atlas. Like Spectral Force 3, Zoids Assault was obviously developed on a budget. While I said in my SF3 review that it was probably the ugliest 360 game ever developed, I take that back. It's now tied with this one. Unless my Google image search is lying to me, these Zoid mechs are supposed to be bright and colorful, distinguishable robots. Not so much here though. I don't even give a crap that the backgrounds look like shit. I just want to be able to tell my own guys apart. A vaguely different shade of ass is not enough. I know it's way too much to ask for, but I'd like to have something nice to look at as the game slowly plays itself out. But, like always, while Zoids looks wretched, that's not its final condemning quality. I almost enjoyed the gameplay this time around. It has some nice ideas. It plays like every other tactical RPG in that you move on a grid, and I was happy that it was at least slightly faster than SF3. Zoids is all about setting up team attacks. Position each ally robot so that the enemy will be in range of several at a time. Then, when one attacks, each one who is in range will also attack. It's a nice idea, and it works. Perhaps I've been spoiled by other good games, but Zoids is little more than a one-trick palomino. Fans of customization will find much less to play around with this time. You need to choose between long range and short, as well as heavy tanking armor or light agile armor, but then a little more. Your strategies are usually either right or wrong. Along with only having a small handful of mechs to play around with, the game becomes awfully bland very quickly. As is thus far in the review, Zoids still wouldn't be too bad. Not every TRPG should require an encyclopedia to be played properly. I consider Luminous Arc on the DS to be an example of a simple tactical RPG done well. Zoids is not that game though. It is clunky and generic. Each stage's progression does not excel fast enough. The experience is not smooth enough to make up for its limited scope. Zoids pretty much doesn't need to exist. I haven't even gotten into the terrible storyline presentation. It's a nonsense anime political drama that's basically just lectured to you amongst a few still image screens. I'm usually rather forgiving when it comes to odd and quirky cutscenes, but this was way too much even for me. I'll admit it, I could not even sit through them, and eventually they ended up skipped. You better be the biggest die-hard Zoids fan ever if you're even thinking about watching these things in their entirety. So who the hell should be playing this game? Well, there's a strange breed of TRPG fan out there that will play anything. If you aren't already aware that this is you, stay really far away. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but then braving this one would be pointless because there's much better out there. Zoids really is no good. I give Zoids Assault on the Xbox 360 a 3 out of 10.